Everybody, this is Pete from PA Labs, and I wanted to do an update today real quick on WarGame. I want to make sure everybody knows that even though I'm making all these other videos, I'm still working on WarGame for an easy 2 to 3 hours a day. And we have made some I think pretty cool uh, updates to the code. I've gone in and cleaned out the stuff that we're not using. Let's see if I can come in here in national units and we can go to artillery, and all of those extra images are all gone. We're using a sprite sheet. Let's see. In the military types, we now have a limit. I've put in where did it go? There it is, max quantity. So we have a max quantity of like, I don't know, we'll put in 4 or something for now. So that would be the number of units you can put into the actual unit. Infantry is kind of the same thing. We're going to be able to put in 60. So those fields are all in and updating. And then I've come out to our last time, I believe the video ended with us seeing the map, getting past all of this, importing everything, getting the map in, getting the sprite sheet in. And so now I've been doing some graphics work. And it turned out that the original graphic that I was showing you for the units was the wrong hex. So I've actually gone in and fixed all of that. So now we have 2 sets of hexes, one that is flat topped and then one that's pointy topped. Now I've resized these and they're going to fit just inside the hexes on the map. So there'll be a slight gap all the way around, which we're going to use because if you stack units, the top unit's got to be like 5 pixels a little higher so you can see the 2 of them and one doesn't automatically replace the other. So the next step here is, okay, so you can come here and build whatever infantry, artillery, tanks, and it builds inside there for you. And this is how you're going to place. When you hit the place button that I want to place this, he builds a custom cursor for the grid. And what he's doing is shrinking down the actual image that you have over there. And when you click the cell, the idea is that another screen's going to pop up for you to fill out. Here's my unit. This is going to be the 1st Battalion Infantry or whatever. He has 60 men or 45 men or whatever his quantity of people has. And then that lets him have his strengths and defense based on the quantity. And then he'll actually place him into that cell when you save it. And then when you're back over here, you'll get, this is going to be replaced. This is today's job here, is to replace this out with a data grid. So you'll get a data grid with the picture of the unit and the unit name and his strength inside here for a list. So if you want, you could select the list. It will automatically jump over here, not with that cursor, and select the hex. And then you could then say edit, and it would pop the screen up on here for you to change what his name or change whatever it is about him. I've started work before I can actually place that screen. Let me close this. Oh, and I got the map names in here. That was kind of important. Okay, so before you can actually do that, I have started work on building out the the map city, and that's important to state that way because map is the owner of cities and map is the owner of units. Because if your game has multiple maps, we don't want to confuse the two sets of units on the maps. So map is the owner of so game maps here will own the where's cities? Here's the cities, and then it will also own game unit. Now for game unit, we're building this out. Whoops, I didn't want that one. I just hello. What did I do? Close it. Okay, fine. Be that way. Today is probably one of those days for me. Okay, so uh, come on, finish all of your stuff. I know there's only limited resources. There we go. So we have a lot of fields in here, and a lot of that is because it takes time to do all the lookups. And what I want to be able to do is be able to access a lot of that off the unit when you're actually in the game player. The game player, um, at this point, the game player doesn't have a database. The game player can, he is only going to be able to say, here's the games I have. I want to host this game, or I want to join somebody else's hosted game. Okay. So, that's how the game player is going to work. He doesn't have a database. He only has the games you have exported from here to him. All right. Now, uh, so we haven't begun work on putting that export together, but this is kind of the first layer of that is what all is going inside the actual unit formation when we create them. And then over here, what's going into the cities that we need. Now, the cities have the ability to have we have the is port city can produce what is their population. Based on their population, they can produce a certain number of points. It's up in the air right now as to whether points carry over that are not spent, production points that are not spent carry over to the next turn, or they have to be spent. And so to that case, I've actually created a reserve, and everything that's not spent goes into the reserve that you can then build. At the moment, the thought is you can build it up and keep building, you know, a lot more units next turn. So uh, we have ownership of who currently own. What is the nationality of the city? And then I have the player ID as to who owns it. So if Germany conquers Paris, Paris is still a French city. It can only produce what the French have the capability of producing, but it will build, now that Germany owns them, German units. Okay? So um, there's the distinction and why you would actually have both of these. So that's kind of the update for what I've got here. I do have the startings of this screen. I think I have them up here. Let's see. And then we'll call this a day on this video and I'll get back to work. Maybe I can get another one out this afternoon. I've got a lot of stuff planned today. Place unit. Oh, this is worth noting. Place unit is an interesting screen. It is a screen that does not have a database. So his creation is game units. So he doesn't have a database. He doesn't really, he's one of those screens that says, okay, you're placing this unit. This is your player. This is, yeah, a player. I still got to put name in here, don't I? And then he's going to be at row and column. Here's his image. Um, Here's the element that you've selected. You're going to be able to put quantity in and then hit save. And then that will put the unit on the screen and start the map layer of units and start actually adding units to the map collection. So a little bit more work there, and we will be having maps, units, and cities and stuff like that being added to the grid. We're really close. So maybe this afternoon's update we can show how some of that works. But that's it for now. I thought I'd give you the update on that and show you the kind of cool graphic stuff I've been doing. And I think it's pretty cool. I've gotten a lot of likes on the videos out there, so I'm presuming that you guys think this is pretty cool looking. And personally, if it'll come up, come on here, let's go get there. And the little map selector, unit selector guy here, I think that looks pretty cool. These guys here, and the fact that you can just grab them and turn the cursor into that is, I think, pretty slick. So we'll do the same thing with cities and whatnot, and basically we're going to put a city icon kind of thing on this. So anyhow, later on the videos. Thanks for watching.